What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got more prime news today. Now, he will be coaching against North Carolina Central tomorrow. Of course, that'll be his final game at Jackson State. And it was good to see him in the press conference. He addressed a lot of topics, including how he talked to the players, the conversation between him and Colorado about coaching this game, and just a lot of things surrounding Jackson State. And of course, that's what we're going to talk about. Now, Deion Sanders, man, I don't have too much to say about this before we get into it, but what I will say is he spoke directly. He addressed a lot of things that we could only speculate on over the last few weeks, but he also hinted that some of the things that we speculated on might have some validity towards the end of this. While his focus is about winning tomorrow's game, he's clearly been hearing all the noise about his departure, all his criticism from those such as Bomani Jones, and I forget the guy's name on Outside the Lines, but I saw an episode of Outside of the Lines the other day, and he pretty much echoed what Bomani said. So Deion's been sitting back hearing all this, and a lot of things don't get to him visibly in the public, but he felt the need to address this, and I'm glad he did, man, because he's still going to have to address this after the game, but had he not addressed this, then the storyline would have been more about that. But with them having this audio of him actually talking about what many have speculated over the past few weeks, I think that the team is in a good place to go out there and perform and enjoy the game and try to bring home a Celebration Bowl championship. But check out what Coach Prime said.
Never once did I say they're going to put a tombstone with my name on it at Jackson State, so I wasn't going to die here. Y'all know that. Everything I said I would do, I did. Everything I said I wanted to happen, I tried my darnest to make it happen. We've exceeded, I think, expectations in some realm. But when I don't fit into someone else's plan and purpose, now there's ridicule. But you forgot about my plan and God's purpose. That's where the dysfunction comes. I reached a point where I said to myself, we're going to go out there and recruit another great class, and we were, and TC will, and we're going to win again. So at what point do we keep dominating that you don't get mad at us for dominating? Because it's a level of dominance where you start to turn, and I felt that. We start to get tension from our own people because you're dominant, and you start saying, well, that's Prime. He can recruit that. We ain't got that. We don't have this. We heard that last night. You're 4 and 5 stars. Yeah. Because we recruit those and they sign. But it comes a time that's not what it's all about for me. I'm a winner. I've always won. I'm going to win. Y'all know that if you've done your homework. But it's bigger than that. It's about increasing enrollment. It's about the safety of students. It's about going to the next level, not just in football. I would love to go to another conference. Is the rest of the school ready? Is the baseball team ready? Is the basketball teams ready? Or just the football team? So you make it just about football, and it's not just about football to me. It's about our trainers and kids that the fire alarms may go off and not being turned off at 3:15 in the morning. It's about people that may not have the proper safety on a campus that they should. I'm not just talking about Jackson State, I'm talking about everywhere. So the things that I want to accomplish, I can't do it by just being the darn football coach and winning games. I can't do it. And I reached a point where I had a real conversation with the Lord. Now, it's funny how you believe the Lord when he said to come here, but you don't believe me when I tell you the Lord may tell me to do otherwise. It's like my God is talking to you about me. I don't think he works like that. But it's so much more that I can't do because that's not my occupation. I'm a football coach and a darn good one. And name one thing in football that we haven't accomplished that I said we would. But it's bigger than that. And until we address these underlying issues that nobody wants to talk about, ain't nothing gonna change. Football, yes. But what else is gonna change? And I'm a change agent. That's what it's all about to me. Because I'm not just attached to the football players, the equipment persons, the trainers, the academic persons, everybody on campus. When we leave, you're gonna find out what all we did. Because they don't really talk about the positivity until we go. You'll find out what all we did for Jackson State and all we wanted to do for Jackson State. I just pray to God that in all that, get some understanding on change and where change really starts. And it does not start in the football department.
Wow, man. So a lot stuck out to me there. Deion Sanders to me sounded like a man that was exhausted with the experience. He spoke about, players basically not being safe all the time. A lot of the burglaries that was going on in the area. He spoke about the coaches coming against him, most notably the coach for Alabama State, saying he's not SWAC. A lot of people wasn't owning him as a part of the league. I mean, the Mississippi Valley State coach obviously was, because he went with Coach Prime, but it seems like he's a little exhausted with some of the kickback he's getting. Pretty much people was probably looking at him like, who he think he is, and Hall of Fame player, he think he all that. Just based off what he said, I'm not saying I got that from the guys. I'm just saying this is how he felt based off what he said. And also at the end right there, did you hear him say, you're going to see everything we were trying to do at Jackson State? That right there, just based on reports we've read and information that has come out, and also with a Jackson State representative going to the Alabama paper saying that Deion didn't give half of his salary to the school for the facilities, I think some more things are going to be revealed showing everything that Deion was trying to do, because they were trying to discredit. So he gave the AD a lot of props in this, but what we're hearing is that it's the president of the school that's had the rift with Deion. We heard about something about TV deals that Deion was trying to do and he got some pushback on. We also heard about, salary stuff, obviously. We heard about that and the ticket sales thing. And I mean, Deion actually said this ticket sales thing on the Earn Your Leisure podcast. So we heard him say that out his mouth. So that's not speculation. Only thing we hadn't heard was the other side of the story. And another thing he said is that he never said that they were going to put a tombstone there. Basically saying, this wasn't his final stop as a coach. And that's what I always felt. That what he said, he kind of said he would always entertain these jobs. But I know people were holding on to the fact that he would fix HBCUs, but he did have a point about the baseball program, basketball program. It's one of those things where all of the programs will have to get on board. You'd have to get, and I don't know if he has an equivalent that can recruit in other sports and coach, to the level that they can win, where all the talent's going to be attracted year after year in an underfunded situation. You might get one or two, but he got enough to be able to win at a high level at that level. I mean, who do y'all think would be able to do that, at least at the basketball level? The reason I asked that is because if you look at, let's say, like a Texas, or you look at Alabama or these other schools, a lot of their programs are bringing in let's just keep it real. For the most part, the basketball team and the football team is bringing in most of the money. Everything else, not so much, So what would be his equivalent, as a basketball coach at Alabama State? I want to hear y'all answers and who y'all think could recruit to that level and coach at that level to get Jackson State, up there with the high majors, because the revenue has to come in the athletic department in so many different ways, man. I feel like for everything to work out the way it would have to, because as you can see, the facilities aren't up to date. They look like an old high school, you know what I'm saying? And and I ain't saying it's not good enough for us to go to. I'm saying it's not good enough to keep everybody on the same page, because that's what it's going to ultimately take. You're going to have, it ain't going to be just Coach Prime. He can't fix everything. He can't fix the safety at the school. He can't fix the facilities all by himself. You know, that's not a one-man job is what I'm saying. I ain't saying we ain't, you know, those institutions aren't good enough for us. I'm just saying it's got to be a group effort, and everybody has to be on the same page for the vast majority of the time, or it's never going to work, man. So I don't know what the solution is, man, at this point. You know, Coach Prime did his thing. Like he said, they exceeded all their goals. He's going on to Colorado. I wish him the best. I'm just hoping for a good game tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.